Check one, check two. All right, we streaming it. All right, so I think I am. Am I streaming? Yeah. Nope. I don't know. I don't see it. Let's do this quick. Hold tight. If you're here to see it live, and nobody is here to see it live. All right, we good. All right, 1, 2. All right, so this goes down. I don't really need it. It's just there. All right, I'm going to start here. All right, welcome. All right, you know it ain't going to be that easy. Check. All right. What's happening? I'm gonna let this play one more. I'm gonna let this play for one more minute. No, I don't think I can do that. All right, welcome to this week's episode of Transparent Conversations, Elevate Exchanges, and I am your boy CPJR. Wait a minute, I'm your boy Calvin, or CPJR, or CPJR 300 if you feel me. The light is green. You know what that means. So let's talk about it. Let's continue this discussion we're having on Republicans' lies, the Republican lies of the week. So basically, we're at a point right now that the United States we're way beyond the Constitution. I remember when they were when Trump 2.0 or possibly Trump 1, the thing was always, when is it going to be a constitutional crisis? We're way past that now. ICE. I mean, let's just take ICE for instance, right? ICE is so far out there that the judges are just telling them you're in contempt. You're not doing anything that I ordered you to do, and there's nothing that's going to change until the judges notch it up. Because I think that right now, based on everything that's going on with the war, with the ICE, it's all still happening. With the grift, and just the fact that we are the prices, the inflation, the just feeling of dread that we feel every day, living because we're American and things are being done in our name, spending our tax dollars, and we have no say in is it being done or not. I'm gonna tell you right now, right? I'm gonna start this off with this. So I do participate in YouGov polls. There's a poll. You can actually get paid to take polls, surveys. It's like I get like $25 a month. I do like 4 or 5 surveys, and those numbers are used in media. Just quick opinions. But they also do a quick question of the day. It's just one subject, a few questions, sort of political questions. And right now, the one today caught my attention. Oh, hold on a second. It's a green one. The one today caught my attention because it was, it was about what's happening right now. And the funny thing about right now and the way this country's being run is they no longer follow polls. They don't really care what the country thinks anymore. Because right now, the hungry, hit that guy, Orban, he's done. Overwhelmingly lost in a campaign for him, for a authoritarian fascist leader. The vice president went there to campaign with Orban, endorsing authoritarianism and endorsing fascism. But it was just overwhelming. People were tired of it. Is that you can't win with an authoritarian government. you can't win because there's no consensus. There's no consensus. There's going to be no consensus, and they're going to steal the money anyway. Especially not with this crew we got. This crew will take all the money. They don't care about people right now who are hungry. So let me see. Yeah, so the question of the day on YouGov was, they asked you, are you MAGA or America First? Most people, you could be MAGA, you can be America First only, you could be MAGA only, or you could be neither. The highest percentage right now is neither, 64%. 64% is neither. The MAGA is 15% and 2%. Now, I've been doing these polls for a while and watching this daily question. It was closer. It is getting bad, and they don't care. So basically, right, that's what I'm saying. Right now, in the Gulf, we have our military there. They're spending millions a day doing something that most of the country doesn't want. So the next question was, do you think the U.S. has won the war with Iran? I don't know about the mission to Israel. We'll talk about that. 59% no. I do, and it won't. Meaning that we're not going to win a war with Iran. That's the percent. That's the perception that people have, and I've never seen that. Like I said, I'm going to be 60 years old next week. And I've been through a few wars with this country. There was never any doubt that we would win. There was never any doubt. Now, like, what the... We never took on Iran, though. I think Iran's a big country. And I'm going to talk about what my theory on the whole thing with Iran and why they... I got to talk about... I'm also going to talk about media, independent media, and the way they frame Iran and the whole situation over there. They're framing it as if... I'll be right back. They're framing it as if Iran is or has been the biggest aggressor in the region, meaning that everything that's wrong, all of the violence and terror has been funded by Iran, ignoring now more and more people are waking up to the problem with Israel, but they still have that lens of Iran being bad and oppressing their people, which is true. But we can't take it out of the timeline, we can't look at it in a vacuum, because Iran has been attacked over and over again. Iran, they tried to steal the oil. They installed the Shah. He was going off executing people. And then they get upset. They take the hostages. We finally get the hostages back. And then sanctions for over 40 years. and all you need them to do is not develop nuclear weapons. You don't want them to have any nuclear. It's a country of 92 million people. I think countries of 92 million people would need to enrich uranium for the devices. Like we have X-rays, medical testing, things like that. So telling them that they can't develop any enriched uranium is ridiculous. It's not fair. It's not right. I don't think that we as a country, as the only country on the world that has dropped a nuclear bomb on people, we don't have the right to tell every country that they don't, and then hide the fact that Israel has nuclear weapons. Won't even answer the question, do they have nuclear weapons? What's going on? I don't understand it. How did this happen? That a country that's not our ally dictate a whole power over our country. And we're in a war that Americans don't want to be in. We didn't have no idea this was coming up on the bingo card, war with Iran. It wasn't there. And maybe the skirmishes that we normally have, one or two, dropping bombs. All right, so the next question on the YouGov survey or poll was about his post. The post about ships blockade. Oh, he's gonna do a blockade. They're blockading the blockade. That was the brilliant plan they came up with. You got to blockade it. Nobody can leave the Strait of Hormuz. We gonna block it too. You gotta laugh because you can't cry. This is a long game, man. This is a long game, and you can't go all in because you go crazy. You have to have distractions. It's a long game. We don't know. Something could happen at any moment and change everything. I just saw the Pakistanis jets surrounding the plane carrying the Iranian delegation. They don't trust the United States not to blow up the Iranian delegation flying home. I don't trust the United States of America to blow up the Iranian delegation going home. I understand there's no trust in this country anymore with the regime. The regime lies. That's what this whole show is about. The Republicans lie. The Republicans are the regime. They're going to try to tell us after this is over, if we come out of it and there's another election, how they're the party of fiscal responsibility. They're the party of family values. They're the party of... I don't know what else. The party of law and order. None of that's true. We've seen it. We've seen that they are cowards. We've seen that they don't care about people who are losing their SNAP benefits and are hungry. They don't care. They go back to their constituents and just look sad. They say, well, Trump trying. Bro, I don't have any food, and if you haven't been there, you're not gonna feel it. And that's what's going on. Did I say anything about this? Was my YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel and my Substack. I do a podcast, Transparent Conversations. Usually I talk about, life, ethical non-monogamy, life, recovery, things like that. Woo-woo things. Of things I just want to talk about. Get my shit out. But right now, ever since the takeover of the country in 2024, and then the execution of that plan, prior to 2020-2025, that's all I can think about. Well, I'm learning not to think about the same thing. I can't do anything about this. I can only do as much as I can do. I could do this podcast, and I can talk about the lies. Maybe it'll reach one person. I don't know, but I could do something. I have to do something, and since I started working, I have to do less. Normally, I do this show 2 times a week. I would write 2 essays and then do 2 podcasts talking about the essays, but that's done. All right, so we're doing one show. Probably gonna be on Sunday night. Last week was on Sunday night. This week was on Sunday night. We're going to keep it that way. Next week's my birthday, so I don't know. It's the 19th next week. I don't know. We'll see. Because you have to prepare for these things. These things take time. I have to work. I have to study. Things like that. I know I'm 60 years old. I have to work and I have to study. I should be retiring, right? Nah, it ain't gonna happen. I'm working. So, what was I saying? Right. He posted about the blockade. On his True Social, the official true social media site of the president that nobody actually is on, but they put it up on the TV for us. So I'm grateful for mainstream media for allowing themselves to be used as a conduit to get the social media postings for the president up to the rest of the country who would never be on True Social. Thank you. I appreciate it. You do serve a purpose, mainstream media. You do serve a purpose. So anyway, what was the question? So the question was, do you approve or disapprove of the blockade? Do you approve or disapprove of our blockade of their blockade? 56% strongly disapprove. For some reason, 16% strongly approves, and 10% disapproves. Interesting. And then I think it's one more, or maybe two more. No, just one more. And then one more question. One more survey poll question. Do you approve or disapprove of this statement? The statement was if he also, he's a little True Social, posted about if a state or an actor or if anybody in Iran attacks a ship or blah, 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 the guns are locked and loaded and they're going to die. That's what he said. Basically, he's going to do not shoot on any ships in this Hormuz. This is real life. Do not shoot on any streets. Do not shoot at any ships in the Strait of Hormuz, or if you do, you will be killed. We are locked and loaded. That's what he told everybody, because he has a blockade. And 61% disapprove of that statement. And again, 19-8 strongly approve or somewhat approve. I don't know. You're gonna have that right now. I think I say this often, but the lines are already drawn anywhere. The lines are drawn, and it's basically like this. I'm gonna play with some of the videos. It's basically like this. It's either you are with being an American and following the laws, the ones under the Constitution that set the framework that has problems, right? It has problems, but it got us this far. And abandoning the Constitution at this point it's not the deal. I don't know. We could vote on it. See, the problem with an authoritarian government is you can't even vote on something like that. They have to. They won't allow to vote. They just tell us what they're gonna do. We're going broke. We're going broke. It's just scary. It's scary. It's like me. And for me, just deciding like, at 60 years old, I need to grow up, and then we might not be here that much longer. So that's why I laugh. It's just so fucked up, man. We get to this and they've been trying this. The KKK has been trying to get in the office since I was a kid. I already talked about it. David Duke. There's a line from David Duke all the way to President Trump. And this is what I want to say too about the or MAGA and President Trump. This is what I want to say right now too about Christian nationalism, the thing they talk about, and then Israel. Those are fascist countries. And Israel's a fascist country. I just really it hit me like, wait a minute. And because their content is what they see is censored. They don't really get to see real news. They don't really know what's happening. They do have dissidents, real Haganazi Jews, whatever you call it, do with the little flirt. They don't want anything to do with Zionism, so they're oppressed. And more footage is coming out of Israel of how they actually treat people, their own people who dissent, and also the Palestinians and the other people. They don't believe they're people. They don't believe they have any choice but to give up their land to an Israeli, because the Israelis are chosen people, and they're garbage. Their minds are conditioned to easily kill anyone in the Gulf that's not a Jew. I don't know if that's anti-Semitism. I don't know about ancient prophecy or none of that shit. I don't care. What I'm saying right now, of the videos that are coming out of the Middle East, there's something wrong in Israel with the way they think and the way they can kill so easily. It's not the Muslims, the people that were already there. They're trying to live a life, but Israel wants everything. And that's it. And then I guess somehow the Western world promised it to him. I don't know his guilt. I don't know what it is, but I already know that it can't continue. The truth is coming out, and it's just a weird time to be going through this and talking about loyalty and who's actually running this country. So this is what I want to say. I'm going to start out with this one because this is for another call into C-SPAN. I prayed a call into C-SPAN before, but this one is really interesting. If you don't sound like this when you're talking about what's happening in this country, you're on the other side. You want to live under fascism. You want to, or you're benefiting. You know what I'm saying? It's keeping you out of jail, it's getting you rich. It's getting you off, on seeing the violence portrayed towards immigrants and brown people. Yeah, why do we only fight brown countries? Why? When was the last time this country went to fight with another country that was vanilla? They don't. There's never been one. After World War II, because they're in Europe. But the rest of the world, yeah, I get it. I see it now. Okay, now we know why they don't attack brown countries. All right, so that's the first one. If you don't sound like this, you need to be on the other side, somewhere else, away from me.
Dave is in Las Vegas, independent.
I'm independent.
Go ahead.
Too.
Good morning. First of all, this war in Iran, he only went in there because he's probably a pedophile, and people don't want to admit it, but he is. He just pardoned a 53-year-old person that raped and molested a 9-year-old girl, and he's breaking every law in the book. He is not a president. He is a dictator. He does not go by the Constitution, and everything he went into Iran about, he's doing here. He's murdering our own people. They murdered him. Trump and Herzog murdered those girls in Iran with a missile, and it wasn't a mistake. Herzog said he's going to kill everybody. So that's what Trump's doing. He's not going by the Constitution. And when he kills our own people over a misdemeanor in Minnesota and nobody cares, we're in big trouble. This guy is out of his mind.
That's Dave.
So Dave was a little bit agitated. Aren't we all a little bit agitated? So Dave probably doesn't watch Fox News. He sees what's going on. Dave is woke. Because that's what you see when you're woke. You see what's really going on, and Dave nailed it. The man is probably a pedophile, allegedly. He's a liar. That's the thing about this is to the point that I was obsessed. I guess the first year, just watching everything every 3 hours, just watching. Had him on it. It's definitely going down because it's nothing but a lie at this point. And it's gonna get to, I think for me, and we're gonna start to get to the videos in a second. I think for me, is that no matter what happens after the midterm, I'm sorry. At the midterms, the only way that he can stop what's coming is violence, right? There would have to be people with guns doing something we've never seen before. And that's where it's at. There's no way you can win with numbers that I was just talking about, the poll numbers, with numbers like that. There's no way. And it's only getting worse. We don't know what could happen at any given day because there are people that are dying in detention centers. They're dying in being blown up by the fascist state of Israel. They're being blown up by United States of America. And we don't know. And they're still dying, being blown up in Ukraine by the Russians. It's like a whole different world. And it's only going to get worse. So first video, we're going to say the first lie. We're going to address the lies, or not address the lies, but call the lies that are with the ICE. ICE is still doing what ICE does. They're still lying and still breaking, not respecting people's constitutional rights. They're still breaking it and still getting away with it. Let's take a look.
Last month, on the 2nd of March 2026, at 5 in the morning, something happened that was unthinkable. Law enforcement officers knocked down the door of our house without any kind of warrant or warning. They knocked over things all around our house. They came into our room. First, he entered the room of my little brother, who was only 12 years old, and they pointed guns at him. They threw him against the wall, and they handcuffed him. They pulled his hair. Then they smashed open the door to my room, and I didn't know what was happening. I was trembling from fear. They threw me against the wall. They handcuffed me at gunpoint, and they also did the same to my parents. Now they have us at the Dilley Immigration Processing Center. We no longer want to be here. The beds are uncomfortable. My body always hurts. They barely bring us water, and the water that we do have has made my stomach hurt. The people who work here are always in a horrible mood, and the clinic has not given the medicine that my mom needs to her. And the food that they have given us has made me sick. I want to leave here. I miss my school. I miss eating breakfast with my family, to be able to see movies together, to be able to go out together with my family. I want to be happy once again.
So that was Representative. He's a Representative Caesar. I don't know what this. I know he's a representative in the House of Representatives. He should be one of the leaders. He's a star. He's a fighter. So what do you think happens to those kids that have been traumatized for nothing? The whole thing about detentions is that detentions were really part of the Insurrection Act, which was struck down. So I think they've been ordered to let them go, but they won't. The problem is, if they have protected status or something like that, they're rejecting it. They're changing their status and then issuing them a deportation order. So they were okay, but then the system caught them, and then they became, gonna leave you here. You're not getting back out, but you can go home. You can go to your home country or some other country, but you can't come out in here. And then the for-profit part is the food and the medicine. They don't want to. They want to they're maximizing profit. There used to be a big push when I was growing up with the Republicans to privatize everything. They got the prisons through. They want to privatize everything. Social Security. The grift would be terrible. You see what happened with Doge. Got into Social Security, they stole everything. All the information they could steal, they stole it. So these are supposed to be cleared individuals too. Like, I've been through that process. It's a lot. A lot of paperwork, a lot of questions, a lot of questioning your, I don't think I will make it through this process. And then when you do, you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, man. It's like to make profit, you have to keep your expenses low. So you find some old moldy bread to buy by the ton, and you try to feed it to these people. You keep the lights on, make them feel uncomfortable. You don't give them medicine they need. They die. They're dying right now. That's the Republicans' vision for America. A place where people who doesn't have enough money dies. Next video.
I want to show you a video, but I want to make a statement when you're done watching it, okay? And the statement goes out to every single farmer who did this, and there are so many.
The owners of Barbie's Berries here in Whatcom County used to allow ICE agents to use their fields to look for dangerous criminals among the farm worker population.
Wait. I'm letting the ICE look for dangerous criminals in my fields on my land. I don't know who's on my land or in my fields. So I need ICE to come through here. And knowing I have, immigrants in the field, I don't know the paperwork because obviously y'all don't check it or y'all don't care. Y'all giving them cash. Y'all paying them under the thing, and but you. Okay.
Different side of things. Workers prepare for the new season at Barbie's Berries in Ferndale, although owner Randy Kraft worries it isn't just his crops getting all the attention.
We're kind of like an easy picking area, I feel like.
Randy recently had 2 longtime workers get picked up by immigration agents and deported. Hardworking family men he's known for more than a decade.
Not even a traffic ticket or, nothing.
Western Washington agriculture advocates say
The video just gets quiet for a second. I'm not sure why.
as workers return to the fields. Randy, a self-described right-winger, says he believed President Trump when he said agents were only going after the worst of the worst undocumented immigrants.
As far as I can tell, from what comes out of Trump's mouth, they're not supposed to be taking innocent people. Good, hard-working innocent people that we need. I've been knocked right in my butt, I'll admit it. Yeah, I'm really disappointed.
The narrative that the administration is preaching really is not necessarily translating here on the ground.
Washington State currently ranks dead last in America for farm profitability. Industry advocates warn the threat of additional deportations may make labor difficult to find and this fall's crops difficult to harvest.
If that workforce is scared to even come to work because they or their family might be targeted by ICE, that puts your entire operation in jeopardy.
Randy feels his government has let him down. He hopes the only things being picked up in Whatcom fields from now on are crops.
I'm not sure if you heard it, the part about where he allowed ICE to come into his fields to harass his paid employees, people he was supposed to have vetted before he hired them. So the chances of them being, violent criminals were pretty slim to none. This is a man who heard all of the very same messaging that you and I heard, the same exact rhetoric come out of Donald Trump's mouth about how, they were all criminals, they were all rapists, they were all drug dealers, they were bad hombres. He heard it all, the same shit we heard. And when we said this is going to be an ethnic cleansing, we meant it. But you gambled your farm against your own racism, against your own bigotry. And at this point in the game, I don't give a fuck if I never have a goddamn vegetable or fruit from this country ever again. You all deserve to lose your farms. If you allowed ICE in your fields, you cheered this on, or you voted for it. Kiss my ass.
So the thing about that video is, I looked at him. He was not too stressed out about him losing all his workers, and like your workers, you said they're dangerous, and you let ICE go through your fields. The people that you call good, or your workers, good family men, they have family who probably family and friends. They are tight little units who are in the fields. How do you think it's going to affect them? Like your whole. They'll do it. The thing about the farmers is they don't give a fuck. They'll do the same thing again. There's not a lot of them, but they'll do the exact same thing. They will elect another Trump because they just can't see. Because if he's using undocumented immigrants, that's why they come here, to get paid, to eat, to take care of the family. So he's part of the situation, not the problem. He's part of the solution. People need work. He need workers. But he probably not paying them the right amount. But it just doesn't make any sense. None of it makes sense when you think about it. What did people expect to happen? And this is just another thing. This is just another form of slavery. Also, when you actually sit down, people come to this country from South America, Central America, because they know they can get work, because they can't get anything down there. They know they can get something here. Someone has told them that, and they're coming here and they're getting it, legally or illegally. They're getting it, right? So we benefit off that because they pay taxes. If they came here and apply for asylum, they get a they get a Social Security. They get a 10, I think, or a tax ID number that they can use to pay the Social Security. They can pay their regular taxes or help withheld for them, and they don't get the Social Security. chances are. But so they were actually working and benefiting, probably not getting paid what they were supposed to be getting paid, but it was better than what they had in their minds. And then they were contributing to the country by paying taxes, right? Fox News convinced a great portion of the country that these people weren't working or paying taxes. They were all the worst of the worst, blah, 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 blah. And now, instead of working and paying taxes to take care of the country that they were living in and building a life in, they're now in detention centers, and we're having to pay to have them in detention centers. How does that make sense? How does that play out in the long run? See, this authoritarian shit don't work because dummies are they're not letting everybody talk. They're talking, and from what I've seen since January to now is they need to shut the fuck up because they don't know what they're saying. Don't make any sense. It's not sustainable, and that's a big deal with me. It's just not sustainable. All right, so let's go on to talk about the war that we're not supposed to be in. We're in it because of Israel. I don't have that video, but there's a video of them taking a secret meeting with the Israelis, them hitting them with the 1-2, booty boop boop. We're at war. We're at war with no plan. The plan is Israel's plan. And Israel's plan is to get the land because they've already shown that the land is being taken. They're asking people to leave and they blow up everything. And then on the map is already showing the new borders. So this is an illegal operation, man. You can't keep letting this happen with these people. It's just not fair. It's not right. It's not right. It's not going to sit right. I already said that over and over again. The biggest problem in the Middle East is Israel. More news, more lies. Here goes some more lies. And this one is a good one. Because I'm going to talk about this one.
Okay, so you guys all remember the F-15 pilot who the United States spent like $300 million to go and rescue, lost a whole bunch of equipment. Well, that story is not actually adding up. So we now know new details to this, that the entire story was fabricated by the Pentagon and Donald Trump himself. So the pilot was apparently rescued the same day that him and his co-pilot had actually crashed, and they were rescued near each other. Because where they crashed and where they supposedly rescued him 3 days later was actually 100 miles apart. So unless this guy just jumped on an Iranian magic carpet and flew 100 miles to where they supposedly captured or rescued him, the entire story is BS. And I told you guys this, you don't land cargo planes. C-130 is a cargo plane. You don't land two of those on a makeshift airstrip unless you're trying to put boots on the ground and equipment and hold that area and then airlift something out. So we all know now that the entire thing was a botched operation to try and get their hands on Iranian uranium. And that mission completely failed. So everything that we know right now is a complete lie. This is why they've never put that pilot on an interview. They haven't released his name, anything. This is like major news. They would love to put him out there as this national hero, but they haven't because the story is a lie. The pilot was rescued day 1, not day 3.
So what's kind of weird about that is we haven't seen the pilot. We don't know his name. We don't know what it was. That was a hell of a costly rescue. And people have been saying that since the very beginning of that of the rescue that that's not where he crashed. He didn't crash there. He happened to crash near the uranium. Yo, these niggas is devious. You can't believe anything. They don't want to allow reporters into the Pentagon, so they could be saying anything. They lie. It's hard to, you can't trust them. You cannot trust them, their motives. We don't know what's going on with these crazy people. Let's go to the next video. Let me see what it's about first. Wait a minute, I think this one, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I like this one. This is an interesting one. I like the way she talks about the war. Yeah, leave your down comments to yourself. Go to the video.
They gave you a hero story, daring rescue, Easter Sunday resurrection, highly respected colonel. You believed it because stories feel better than facts. But here's the problem. Nobody knows his name. The Pentagon says 0 casualties. Military insiders say that's a lie. Hegseth said Iran has no air defenses. 2 jets got shot down. So either he's incompetent or he's lying. Administration officials are telling the Washington Post that Hegseth doesn't speak truth to Trump. That means the president is making war decisions based on false intel. Meanwhile, some analysts noticed something weird. They deployed 155 aircrafts to Isfahan. That's where Iran keeps enriched uranium, not where the pilot crashed. The official story is rescue mission. The evidence suggests uranium extraction attempt. And Agent Orange is threatening to jail journalists who reported it. You got distracted by a hero narrative while alternate operations may have happened, and you can't ask questions because national security. They gave you a hero story.
So the funny thing about the hero story is, where is he? We'll know his name. You can talk to his family. So don't have his name. Mainstream media hadn't tried to go talk to his family. The story is just quiet. I'm kind of believing that it was an extraction union. I didn't even think about the fact that it actually could be, the whole thing could be a lie. Like there was no so you can't trust anything coming out of the regime. So the next one is it could be war lies. My next section is gonna be Israeli lies, or Israel lies out of Israel, or Israeli lies. But this one could be war lies too. What's going on in Lebanon? That's the real play. The real play for me was they got this orange dude to attack Iran on this side, while they on the other side attacking Lebanon, and they trying to get there. Now they're trying to grab their property. So blowing up buildings in residential areas is terrorism. Do we agree on that definition? What's terrorism? If I drop a bomb in the middle of a city, and I call that war, it's not war. It's terrorism. There's no war. There's no warriors in the apartment building. You can tell me that there's a gun in there. Go get the gun. You can't just blow up the building. So the reason I think they go up the Iran, because I think Iran is the big bad bully. Iran is the country that hasn't submitted. I think they submitted under the Shah. They said never again. They keep a hard line because you gotta be hard to stand against the United States. You gotta be hard because they will kill you. They will kill you. They finally got the Ayatollah Khomeini. So Israel has a problem with Iran. Iran is big. They think Iran is gonna. This is the thing about the nuclear weapon, right? They want to get a nuclear weapon. They want to get a nuclear weapon so you won't fuck with them. If I have a big knife, you may not come fuck with me, right? If I have a gun in my belt strap and I flash the gun around, and everybody know I carry a gun, you might not fuck with me. Who fucks with North Korea? Oh wait, right? They have a nuclear weapon. Anything I'm like, so you're trying to make the people seem so dangerous that their only goal in life is to put together a nuclear weapon, and then launch it immediately over there and blow up Israel. Now, they don't even live across the street. Over around there, in the area. Right? It's how they live. They live in land a little bit. No, because they got the Gaza of the sea. No, but so anyway, I know there. So, maybe I do. But so what I'm saying is, why would they do that? Why do you think they would do that? Why would they irradiate their neighbors? Doesn't make any sense. Nobody has dropped a nuclear bomb on anyone else except the United States. But they can always scare you. Now, the whole thing about Israel doesn't have the right to exist. They do not. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean you want to wipe them out. I mean, if you have guns, you could exist, right? They don't have. What I'm saying is, they weren't there, and there were people already living there. You knew they were going to want to settle in. They don't do that. They are xenophobic. They don't want anybody around them, in them. So putting them there, sort of gave them the right to exist, and then you give them all the bombs, everything they want, and they look at the people around them as being garbage. Then that's what we have. That's the problem. You cannot be the only person in the neighborhood and hate everybody else, and then wonder why they keep attacking you, or you keep attacking them. It's not going to work that way. Israel is not going to rule the Middle East. The way to get safety is to work with the other countries. And stop being a bully. Okay, let's go ahead. Did I play the video? Oh no, this is Lebanon. This is the real play. They are using the same play they did in Gaza, telling people to move, and then they blow everything up.
I do not think most people understand what Israel's latest attack on Lebanon truly means. Not in policy terms, not in headlines, in human terms. 10 minutes. That is all it took. 10 minutes to turn streets into kill zones. 10 minutes to fill the air with smoke and screams. 10 minutes to leave families digging through concrete with their bare hands. The numbers are not abstract.
They're real.
They are a record of devastation. 1,530 people were killed. 4,812 were wounded. 130 children were among the dead. And even that was not enough. The violence reached the people whose only purpose was to save lives. Medical teams paid in blood. 158 medical workers were killed. 57 were wounded. Medical services were struck 93 times. 75 hospitals were forced shut.
They did the exact same thing in
Think
Iran.
about what that means. It means the wounded arrive to silence. It means the ambulance never comes. It means a mother carries her child through dust and fire, only to find the hospital doors dark. It means rescue workers pull bodies from rubble, while the sky still spits death around them. This is the part people keep trying to soften with the language of politics. But there are moments when politics becomes a disguise, and this is one of them. Because once civilians are torn apart in these numbers, once doctors are buried beside their patients, once hospitals are reduced to targets instead of sanctuaries, the mask falls away. You are no longer looking at defense. You are looking at organized ruin. You are looking at the destruction of life itself. You are looking at slaughter wrapped in the vocabulary of war. And history will remember the difference. My name is Mr. Wayne. Red lines out.
Batman. So, I'm gonna play this video. The videos that are coming out about Israel now it's not good. I don't know what's going on. They may know something that we don't know what's going to happen next, because all their business and their identity, who they really are, is coming out.
Share this with everyone you know.
The next generation of young people won't remember October 7th in the same way. That's true in Israel and in America and broadly in the world. And we need to make sure two things. One, it's not that we don't forget. We need to make sure that the story is told properly, so that when the history books write this, they don't write about the victims of Gaza.
You don't want to make peace with us? So what do you want? You want war? What do you want? You want war or peace? What do you want? You want war or peace?
Hold on.
Decide. Decide if you want war or peace.
Today we got pepper sprayed by an Israeli far-right TikToker by the name of Roy Starr, who came here to the Palestinian village of Ras Al-Awja, invaded our activist compound.
I'm sorry, the sofa suck cut it out. So basically, this is in Palestine, Gaza, and this is how they're attacked. There are a lot of videos of Israeli attacking Palestinians and taking their houses, which they're allowed to do because they repeatedly say we are the chosen people, as if it's a joke, because it is a joke. They don't, you know what I mean? Like they don't have any right that we don't give them.
You want to make peace with us? So what do you want? You want war? What do you want? You want war or peace?
That's the West Bank.
What do you want? You want war or peace? Decide. Decide if you want war or peace.
Today we got pepper sprayed by an Israeli far-right TikToker by the name of Roy Starr, who came here to the Palestinian village of Ras Al-Awja, invaded our activist compound. He just physically assaulted several activists in this place. You invaded private territory. You physically assaulted.
He knows that there is no law protecting the other people, and he's protected.
Several activists.
That's not a people of peace, right?
Oh, you're a person of peace? Get the fuck out of here.
I want to talk.
Get the fuck out of here, you terrorist fuck.
Tell me, are you a peaceful person? Are you here for peace? Are you here for peace?
Get the fuck out.
Or are you here for war? Because if you want war, you're gonna get war. פה יהודה. פה זה לא פאקינג פלסטין, פה זה יהודה, שמעת? פה זה יהודה, לא פלסטין. I know your number, I know your family, I know where your cousin, your grandma, your father, your uncle, I know where everyone lives. And from this day on, anybody who harasses other people is gonna get harassed by himself. I'm starting a new project, which means harass the harasser. You understand? So go and exchange your SIM cards and go tell your father and your mother and your cousins to change their address. Because from now on, your information is going to be out there. And everybody, all the country is going to harass you back. So get ready. Because you've never seen somebody like me until this day.
Oh, we've seen many
And the next guy who's going to stay, the next guy, hey, don't touch me. Don't touch me. You want gas? Don't touch me. If you touch me, I will spray you. You understand?
Get the fuck back.
Don't touch me. Don't touch.
The fuck
Don't
back.
touch. Dude, don't touch
Hey!
me. Don't touch. Don't touch.
Get
Don't touch.
the fuck
Don't
back.
touch.
You're touching
Don't
me.
He knows he's protected.
No, you're standing in
Get the
my way.
fuck back.
You're standing in my way. You're gonna feel what it means to harass people. We're gonna start harassing you.
You're gonna start? Yeah,
I got all your fucking information. I got everything. I'm gonna find all your family and everybody, and you're gonna have to replace your phone and your address. You're gonna see. Remember my face, motherfucker.
It's very forgettable, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to introduce yourself again.
I promise you, you're gonna call and you're gonna beg me to stop. You're gonna beg me.
So that is Trump's ally. Israel's not our ally. That's what's going on. Those are the lies. It's more. There's Melania Trump is about to be exposed, so she decided to do a press conference. And just say, I don't know that dude, Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know what y'all talk about. Just stop talking about it with me. I don't. And there's pictures linking them two together. But nowadays you don't know what's AI and what's not. So they seem like they were more than just. they were just more just acquaintances. It's just a mess. This is what we gotta deal with now. And if you want to know what's really going on, make sure you catch the Iranian videos. This videos, they are excellent. They are excellent, and they're accurate. So we're gonna talk about one more thing, a little uplift. A video by Dante Kyle. I've had him on. I had videos of him before. The Grits and Egg podcast. I like that podcast. I like it where he stands. He's doing good. He's doing good work. He's doing good work, definitely. But he was talking about something about religion. I'm not sure what his religion is. I think he's agnostic, but could be going back to Christianity. But anyway, he talks about how this religion has let us down. It wasn't our religion. But I've also I was before this happened. I was actually working on a series called "Create Your Own Religion." This concept is too much for you, just leave it alone. Because what I'm saying is, religions are all made up. There's no religions are all made up for a reason. Spiritual. I'm an agnostic. I'm a spiritual agnostic. I went through atheism. Atheism is a belief. I believe that there is no God. I do not know. I'm an agnostic, but I do believe in spirituality. I believe that you can pursue spirituality. You can have spiritual experiences. I think we're all connected through energy and spirit. That's what the energy is. All that woo stuff. So he's saying the same things. But I read a book I bought the book, Daniel Benelli. I gotta read the book on Design Your Own Religion. And that's what he talked about. I wish we would do that. I wish a group of us would. We could start with some African religions. I think I'm not going to do religion because I'm 60. This is my religion right now. You know what I'm saying? Making sure I do one video at least a week. That is my religion. Following what I want to do. That's constructive, that it's helpful, and may make some money one day. So let's look at that last video, and then we out. We play some go-go, going home.
We spiritual people, bro. By nature. By nature. The harmony of us being in tune with nature, with the universe, that's just a byproduct of our essence, bro. You are spiritual. Okay, I battle with being agnostic, but I'm gonna be honest, bruh. I think about them times I'm with Granny at the country ass church, and all the elders in there, and they just praising them, bruh. This ain't no fake.
I'm gonna say one thing. If I had been there with him, I was saying, are you wrestling with agnostic or atheism? Atheism is a belief. You believe that there is no God. Agnostic knowledge is I do not know. So if you have a spiritual experience, you don't automatically say no, that's nothing. That might be something. Pursue it. But when she starts laying down rules, that's religion. That's when you get crazy. Okay, so I think he's wrestling with atheism, and I'm not sure he has a good understanding of what agnosticism is. A lot of people don't. Anyway,
Holy Ghost in there, bro. God in there. God was in there, bruh. And it's like, we losing that aspect as a community, right? Now, look, I understand the mentality of the white man using the religion. Okay, well, people that practice hoodoo use the Bible. People that practice voodoo use the Bible.
It dates back, son.
It's our shit. The religion of the white man is the language of lies, like the devil. They tell you what their religion is. Steal, kill, destroy. That's their whole little thing. Keep a nigga confused. Keep you off your rocker. Theft. Come hijack your shit, remix it, sell it back to you, and you don't even know what the original look like no more. But I'm saying this from the aspect of like reimagining the church from a truthful perspective, right? There's scholars and there's black scholars of theology. My granny got a fucking degree in theology. These people know where this thing started from, which is why a lot of older black people really cling to it, because they know like this ain't no white man shit. But what I'm more so talking about is congregation and communion. All right, now the time done came, bro. The time done came, bro. We all done got to express how we felt about religion. We done all dropped the religion as a whole. We got people that experience. We got tarot readers. We got card readers. We got the aesthetically nature girlies, you know what I'm saying? Armpit hair, crystals, all type of vibes, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is having an expression. They have found how they want to express themselves spiritually. I think that is amazing. Now, how do we take all of these different things where we're really talking about the same thing? God, universe, Allah, we all really expressing worship to some monotheistic God, some singular God. And really it's an expression of our connection to our ancestors, right? How do we take all of these things and get together and have conversations about how to make the community better and use spiritual practices? Because everything have an overlap. It all have an overlap, right? How do we get into the same building and start having productive conversations instead of trying to be right about who talking about God, bro? That's what wars was fought over. Your God ain't my God and my God ain't your God. And our gods, for whatever reason, want us to kill each other. And it's all bullshit. Y'all be putting a lot of shit on God.
I think that'd be a pretty good series if we could make it happen. Like a couple guys or scholars or whatever get together and design their own religion based on whatever practice you want it to be, whatever your goal is, whatever you want to achieve. I think I'm gonna do that series on. Actually, I did it right. I was using Gemini. Just for research purposes, and it gave me some good leads on. If you haven't studied where the Bible came from, you can't talk to me. You can't do it. You have to really know all the different people that came together and actually, put the Bible together. It's not a book. It's not one book. It's a collection of little stories and allegory and all that kind of stuff. And they put it together to control you. So that's where the conversation should start. Like, who and why did the Bible become accepted as the Word of God? When the God didn't give us the book. The book was put together by men. So that'd be a good place to start. So that I'm definitely going to do that series. I wouldn't mind hooking up with him to talk about that and possibly work on a series. We should be designing our own religions, or maybe going back to some African religions, or we can incorporate some African religions. I'm not going to do it. I'm 60. Leave me alone. I'm not doing it. That's one of the advantages of becoming a senior citizen is I could just say I'm not doing it. That's it. I'm old. Leave me alone. That's a real benefit. All right. So let's go ahead and I don't know. I try to think of a word of encouragement, but you can take it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time. Take some breaks. That's what I've been doing lately. I'm not on Facebook, and Facebook is a trip because I'm not on Facebook as much anymore. Then Facebook stopped putting right wing shit in my feed. It's just like so much of it. And I'm like, and I just block. I'm like, why all of a sudden when I want to see right wing talking points of MAGA and being, because they're insane. You see the percentages, they're down like 8, 9, 10%. So it's the hardcore people, the hardcore races out there right now, still on the other side of this thing. And I don't want to see that. I don't care about people that believe liars. That's on y'all. But all right, so in the beginning of the thing, that was Backyard Band. That was a good one. I might play that live sometime. That is a classic at this point. That song, that performance on Nucci, that's a classic. And you're right, man. Some of y'all niggas not real, and that's a discussion that needs to be had too. What is a real nigga? I'm not monetized, so I'm gonna cuss. So I don't know. We don't know what a real nigga is. All right, we're gonna end this up. We're gonna end this up with some. I'm just really finding out who this band is. I'm clicked in. This was a good little short video of them. The What Band? The What Band? The What Band? Yeah. Yeah, it's the What Band. So, yeah, we'll definitely go see them. They are really good. The guy called The Conductor. Really good videos. They have some really good videographers. That's something I'm going to pursue also. I don't think I'll be doing any go-go's. I just want to chill and watch. Anyway, so this is it. The ending go-go. Y'all want to hear some go-go? What y'all want to hear? I'm leaving after this. I'm out. Okay, this is not the pocket. This is the crank. I like to say the crank is what they do when they get ready to go into a song. Let it get the crowd really hype, and then go into a song, and then when they come out, they're gonna chill them in. They put it in the pocket and just let it rock. This is hyping. This is hyping it up right here. So all the links to all the videos are in the show notes. Follow the people on Instagram, Facebook, wherever I got the video from, to stay informed and have good conversations and get a good outlook on what we're going through. Go see some go-go. Wild Out Wednesdays, baby. And the Shop Bar. I think the Shop Bar is in Waldorf. I'm not going to Waldorf. All right, y'all. We out. Peace out. I didn't do it right. Woo.